So tonight's Rise and Vibes episode is not sponsored. However, if you would like to become a Rise and Vibes show sponsor, season sponsor, or work with Rise and Vibes as a brand, feel free to reach out. You can send a message, send an email, or send a DM, and we can talk about how to get you on as a Rise and Vibes brand sponsor or a show sponsor. So tonight's guest is Luminoussociety, and I have really been waiting to speak with him ever since I seen. Let me tell y'all something. Rap. The first time I saw, I should have pulled it up so I could show it to you guys. While we wait for him to join, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do that by clicking the link in my bio. How you doing?
All right, how you doing?
So listen, first let me tell you thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know you stay busy to sit down and answer the fans' questions. We greatly appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Now, let's talk about that truck.
Which truck?
The one that I thought was a rap.
Oh.
Did a lot of people think that truck was a rap?
Just about everybody thought it was a rap.
Is that a compliment? Let me make sure, because I think it would be a compliment, but as a painter, is that a compliment to you?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out for the longest time, and I still ain't. I don't know. I don't know if it's a compliment or an insult.
I don't think it would be a compliment, because in my head, and this is just me as a non-painter, right? As a non-person who fixes on cars. To me, raps are quote unquote perfect, right? When it's done right.
Yeah.
So I was thinking it's a compliment because I have yet to see a bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm pretty sure they exist.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a bad rap.
Yeah.
So to look at it, and the fact that I thought it was a rap, I'm like, oh, he did that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't know, because for me on the other end, it's like a rap will never look like paint, or a rap should never look like paint. Is the way I see it. Like, you don't get the gloss, you don't get the shine from a rap that you can get from paint. So that's why I say I don't know if it's a compliment or insult. You get what I'm saying? I guess it's two different perspectives, but that's coming from a painter too. So that's the difference.
Right. So have you discussed it with other painters?
What, the track hawk?
Yeah.
No. No.
So nobody reached out and gave you props and was like, hey.
Yeah, people did, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, I think I'm kind of like a hermit. I keep to myself, you know. I know all the painters here, and I talk, you know. It's like I tell them all, keep doing what you're doing, good luck, you know, like, try to keep the morale up. Right. But I'm not in the mix like that, you know what I mean? So it's not like I sit down and get those phone calls. I'm just kind of in my corner doing my own thing.
Right. Why is that though? You're just an introvert?
Very much so. Okay. Yep.
Sometimes but you gotta get out of that though.
Huh?
You know, you gotta get out of that, because you are in a communication based job.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. I've been working on that, but it's that staying out the way, staying out the drama. That's me. I just want to be separated from it. You know what I mean? Like, there's the saying, what is it? With great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
So when you start making that name and you start getting that notoriety, all it takes is just one person to just kick your feet out from under you. You know what I mean? So it doesn't take much to lose the momentum, but it takes a lot to keep it going, if that makes sense. So for me, it's just kind of like, with a lot of the stuff that goes on in the culture, we're gonna say, I see it. You know, people comment on it. You know, they argue about it. They get drugged through the mud, and I try to stay so far separated from that to where it's just, you know, we do what we do and just keep pushing.
Well, this is what I will say. Once people get to know you and they know your character and they know the type of person you are, that'll be like somebody. There's been people that have been with me since the beginning of Rise and Vibes, which was last week made 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So it's a couple things that you could say about me that nobody will ever believe.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna never believe, oh, KP stole this, or KP did this, or KP did. The people who know me, they'll never believe that because they just know my character. They know what type of person I am.
Yeah.
So I think once people know your character, people can say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
And you know, the person that screams the loudest and runs to the internet first, they feel like they're right, right? But not even knowing you that long, but doing my research on you, I haven't had too many people to say a bad word about you.
Nobody know nothing about me.
Right. But people have done business with you too.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know anything personal about you, but they know business wise about you.
To an extent.
So if you can't say
to an extent.
Huh?
To an extent. I agree. I get what you're saying. Like how we conduct business, and that's really all they can speak on, you know. But I think that's also certain demographics. I hate to put it that way, but there's three sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good business or bad business, there's always going to be three sides to the story, if that makes sense. So go ahead.
I was gonna say you absolutely right. My grandma and my daddy always told me there's three sides to every story. It's your side, my side, and the truth.
Exactly.
You know, and so I get what you're saying, but I know it's a lot of you guys that kind of adapt that philosophy to just stay out the way. But also, I want y'all to know, like you said, with great power comes great responsibility, and it's your responsibility to get out here. You gonna have to talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. I'm working on that. That's why I say I'm working on that. But the other part of that too is I was told a long time ago, let the work speak for itself.
Right.
So, and I mean that's what it's been doing, you know. And I don't want to come across as cocky, but it's like if the work is doing, like right now, point an example, I'm on here with you.
Right.
I got here with you based off of the work, not off of, as far as I know, not off of who I knew or who put us in contact with each other. It was simply the work that you saw on Instagram. Right. So without me saying anything, it still worked. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you also had to take the time to post it. You know what I'm saying?
I did.
You had.
And there's a lot that don't post too.
So that's kind of popping your shit without popping your shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So my thing is, there's a lot of shops that have come and gone. What is one of the toughest things that you found about being a shop owner?
The customers. I hate people. I hate people. I ain't gonna lie. Anybody that knows me that's on here right now, that truly knows me, knows I don't like dealing with people. Right. And it's not that I don't want to say I'm antisocial, but it's just like, man, some people are just difficult. Right. Like just born that way. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Like I got we got to select. I really say most of our customers are great. You know, most of them are great. They're understanding. They're easy to deal with. But for me, it's hard for me to, I'm gonna say, stay politically correct and not say certain things. You know what I mean? So it's just like sometimes the ignorance is what kills me. Right. It's the people. I don't mind doing the work. It's just the people. Right. I sound grumpy, don't I?
Do you sound grumpy?
Oh, no. Where's Bubba at? Where's Bubba at? Because that's what Bubba calls me.
You grumpy. Know what, though? To be honest, most of y'all are like that.
Yeah. Well,
I say out of 100%, probably 85% of y'all are like that.
Why do you think?
I don't know.
Just told you, the customers.
But then the case can be made. Then why go in a customer-oriented business if the customer?
It wasn't, and to be honest with you, that was never really my intention. So I was working a job and I was doing all right. I worked a few jobs, and then my wife, she was like, "You're already doing everything. Just going to open a shop," which I had wanted to open a shop before. Right. But it kind of turned for me. It was more. I would prefer to build them and sell them, so I don't have to deal with the people. Right. We opened the shop, bills. So it's like I had to take certain stuff in just to keep the shop afloat. Right. But I can't change. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's all. I can't change what I enjoy doing just because of me not wanting to deal with the customers.
Right.
So it just comes with the territory. It's like anything else. You know, it's always gonna be good and bad to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't deal with them. I try my best not to. But again, like I said, it's not everybody. I don't want to come across sounding like the Grinch or Scrooge McDuck, but it's just like some of them just be get another shop owner on here, and that's it. Well, hopefully they'll tell you.
You know what I told Mike Phoenix Fabrication when I was talking to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of times y'all got to use y'all discernment.
Oh, I do.
Because if you use your discernment, it'll tell you what people you shouldn't do business.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm to the point now where I screen people and I talk on the phone with you 4 or 5 times. I know some customers get irritated with me because I won't just say, yeah, bring it. Because I want to get to know who I'm dealing with first.
Right.
But that's, it's just like being in a relationship. The first 2 weeks can be great, but by that 6th or 7th month, you're like, dang, what did I get myself into?
It's the representative stage. That's what I call it.
Exactly.
For the first 4, 5, 6, maybe even 8 months.
Yep.
You don't know her feet stank in her credit bag.
Exactly.
And for me as a female, I don't know his feet stank his credit bad, and he might like to slap me around from time to time.
Exactly. You're not gonna know that. You're not gonna know that right away.
Right.
And so that's why I mean, it's like I'll sit down and have a conversation with somebody, and everything seems good, and then we get into it, and it's like, okay, here's this situation, and then that's when I realize, okay, that's how they really are,
Right.
But it comes with the territory. It's not. I can't expect everybody to be like me, and vice versa. Don't expect me to be like you. And I think that's how some customers are. It's like I'll try my best to be understanding, but you got to do the same on your end. Some people can't do that.
One of the shop owners told me one of his major things is if somebody come in talking about money ain't an issue, it's most certainly gonna be an
issue. Move around. I hear that all the time. Move around, because you come in here and saying that, but then look. That's why my wife told me don't do no interviews, because she's like, you can't keep your mouth shut. I can't. I know I can't. But I ask people most of the time. I'm gonna ask them right off the rip, "What's your budget?" "Oh, I ain't got no budget. I ain't got no budget." Like I hear that all the time. Like everybody got a budget. Bill Gates can walk in here tomorrow, and I ask him, "What's your budget?" He's not gonna tell me I don't have a budget. Because I can slap on a piece of paper, write me a check for $1 billion. You get what I'm saying? Everybody has a cutoff, or at least an idea of where you want to be.
Right.
And some people don't. I feel like with this industry, I say all the time, it's just like football. You got Pee-wee, you got high school, college, and NFL, right? You got to know what level you're playing on. And until you know that, don't come in here talking about no budget. You can't be Pee-wee trying to play in the NFL. And it's not my fault that stuff costs what it costs. It's not my fault that things take the time they take, that your car is busted up. That's not my fault. But some people come in here expecting you to work miracles with a KFC budget.
Right.
So
one of the main questions that I got was, what is the scope of what you do? Do you do a full whole car restoration? Do you do everything? Do you do paint and body work? Do you do the electrical? What does your shop specialize in?
So we specialize in paint, right? So basically just say like your full overall or custom paint jobs. That's what we specialize in. I've been wanting to get more into I guess the mechanical side. When we opened this, I kind of was like, let's get good at one thing before we start adding 100 others, So just say we do paint. I feel like we're close. We're not where I want to be just yet, but eventually I would like to start adding other things to it. I sell wheels here and there, a few select few brands that I deal with, but mostly just the paint, restoration type work, I guess you say.
Right. So you do body work or just paint?
Yeah, body work.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what made you want to go on that side of it? Was it the work you were doing before, or?
So, try to give you this in a short form.
Okay.
I was working in the oil field for a couple of years as a diesel mechanic.
You was making money though. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. I'm thinking I was broke then. I'm broke now. Because you say that, they go, "Oh, you got paper." No, I'm broke, just like I was then.
Okay.
So I was working as a diesel mechanic. Then when I came back, I couldn't find a job because everywhere I was trying to go, they were like, "You just gonna quit and go back to the oil field." So nobody wanted to hire me. So then I just started painting little stuff at home, wheels and just little stuff. Um, so I did that for a while, for some years. Then I started working at the dealership, painting. I guess you say kind of like collision work almost,
Right.
not like the insurance type stuff. And I did that for maybe 6 years, but I was still painting like little stuff on the side. So my little stuff was kind of my cash money. The job was, the bill money. Um, and then after a while, it's like, man, I was just painting all day, every day, at home, in the backyard, and at work. And then that's when my wife was like, just go on and open the shop. And
Right.
I did, and it's a love-hate relationship.
So in the comments, they've been asking, do you have anything you can show us at this point?
I think everything is kind of stripped down right now.
Okay. Well,
Maybe that truck. Let me see if I could figure out how to turn this around. But that's pretty much it right now, because
that's so pretty.
It's in bare metal right now.
It's so pretty. I love me a C10. You hear me?
It's not a C10 though. That's a F-150.
Go back. Go back. Is it brown?
Yeah, it's like a orange and brown.
It's an F-150?
Let me see if I can walk over here.
Yeah, walk over there.
You can really see it because it's dark out here.
That is beautiful. You painted that?
Yeah, that's my truck.
Oh, wow.
Let
me borrow that truck.
Oh, come get it.
If you walk out, the Wi-Fi will cut off?
Nah, I don't think so.
You want to walk closer to it? Let us see?
Like I said, I don't know how good you're going to be able to see it because it's dark.
Okay.
Well, I think all the tires flat.
Look at you. That's nice, though.
Appreciate it.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know how good that shows on there, but you get an idea.
It's nice.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
And we got this other one. This one we're still working on, but this is going to Barrett Jackson. It just got approved. So trying to finish this up. I'm just buffing it. Mm-hmm. It's dirty right now. That's what I say. Everything's just dirty right now.
Okay. So pop your you got approved for Barrett Jackson. Pop it then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I try not to, because again, with great power comes great responsibility.
Well, if they ain't hating, you ain't popping.
Yeah, let me say this. Turn this light on in here.
Listen, so it's going to Barrett Jackson in October?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm planning a field trip for us. We're all going to Barrett Jackson in January.
Okay.
So we're going from the 18th through the 21st, and it's going to be like a car. I don't know what to call it. The only thing I guess I could call it is like a car enthusiast field trip, right?
Okay.
The thing is, I'm not hating on car shows and races, but I feel like if you're a real car enthusiast, a lot of them never been to Barrett Jackson. Mm-hmm. When I go in October, that'll be like my third or fourth time.
A lot of them never been anywhere.
People, and let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I agree.
What is one of the things that you wish you would have?
I'm sorry. This is what I was trying to show you too. This one's gonna be the one to watch for. That one's gonna be nice.
Can I get a sneak peek when it's done? When it's almost done?
Yeah, I got you.
So y'all heard that. He said I could get a sneak peek. One of these days I'm gonna pull up on you. How about that? I'm gonna pull up on you. Because where exactly are you located? I know you're in Texas. Where?
We are in Waxahachie, Texas, which is probably about 30-45 minutes south of Dallas.
Okay, because when I come, I gotta go to Fort Worth to do some show business. But how far are you from Fort Worth?
Probably about the same.
Okay. So don't be surprised if I pull up and be like, hey, it's KP.
Just give me a heads up.
I got you. You don't do pop-ups? Didn't we just discuss I don't like people? All right, I got you. What's one of the things you wish you had known when you first started versus what you know now?
Same thing. The people. Same thing. I swear I hate to sound just gruntle, but
Right.
that's all it is for me. That's really all it is. Like I enjoy the work. It's just having, and again, it's not everybody, but it's when you get those personalities and it's just like, man, move around. Like
Right.
that's really all it is. That and um, bills don't stop. Bills don't stop. But I say that too, and it all comes down to the people, to be honest with you, because you get into situations where money will get slow, money gets real funny real quick. People don't pay. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like I can't just rush in somebody's bank account and take the money. But people don't understand that. You hear this saying paint jail. We all heard that, right?
Right.
It's real. It's real. And it's really some of the people's fault. You got to see both sides of it, right?
Yeah.
I get the fact that your car may be somewhere and it may be 6 months, 8 months, a year. Some of them are just absurd. 2, 3 years, like that's crazy in my opinion, depending on what you're doing. But the other thing is what you asked me, like, what did I not know going into this? What did I wish I would have
Right.
known? I wish I would have known that there's going to be slow pay and no pay.
Right.
That's something that I didn't factor in. I had a nest egg kind of set aside and thought I'd be good. But then you run into these situations where, hey, we're at the next stage. Go ahead and send us some money. And then you get ghosted. I got a customer that just completely disappeared,
Right.
you know? So it's stuff like that. Just dealing with those issues. So had I known that, probably would have looked at it differently.
You know, one thing I tell y'all, I think, and please don't be offended.
I won't.
I think y'all be being too easy on people.
We do.
What I ain't heard from you in 2-3 months, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
time for me to put a lien on
Yeah.
your car. Is that in the contract?
Yeah.
Paperwork.
Yeah.
When you bring your car, let's walk around it. Let's
And,
look at
and
what.
that's why I say, like, not to interrupt you, but again, I'm gonna use the word demographics, right? You you really only have those issues with certain demographics, if you get what I'm saying.
Right.
And I hate to say that, but it's like I'm smart enough to understand that there's generational wealth in
Right.
certain demographics, and other ones it's not. So when you have those people, again, you got to do your due diligence and figure out who you're dealing with. But
Right.
then you have them situations where, boy, I shouldn't say this, but it needs to be said, so I'm gonna say it. I need to say it. You have in certain situations where our people treat our people a certain way. They won't go to a Service King and act a fool like that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If their car, let's just say, I don't know, Mercedes Benz dealership, they're not gonna go in there acting a fool, talking about shooting it up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But that's real problems with what we do. It truly happens. So when you're saying people are being too nice, I agree. But there's certain situations with certain people that you just kind of got to tiptoe around, if that makes sense.
And it does make sense, but here's the thing. The contract the same for everybody. I don't care if you 12, I don't care if you 21 years
Mm-hmm.
old or 41 years old or 61 years old. This the contract. When you sign this contract, hey, when we reach the deposit, when we reach this milestone, this when you who said this? Was it who was it? God, I can't remember who I was interviewing. But they said they do it in thirds.
Yeah, that's
So
basically what we do too. But what I'm saying is you can't control people. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, you can't, but it's in the contract that hey.
But what does that paper mean to somebody that just ain't doing right? Period. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I have those customers,
Right.
but I'm just telling you I've heard these horror stories where such and such got hands put on them or guns got pulled at the shop because of a car. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
Tell me when you hear about that at, again, like I said, Service King or the Mercedes Benz dealership. It don't happen. They treat certain shops and certain people certain ways. I haven't had those issues, and I try to avoid that. But that's what I'm saying. It's different when you're out here doing a certain type of work and dealing with certain people.
Right.
And I hate to
Right, right.
say that, but that's the truth of it.
So how do you fix that, Laura? How do you guys fix that? Because it's not
Educate the masses, and
right.
you can't make people learn, but that's what I think needs to be explained. It's just like, I have people come over here, and again, I hate to be the bad guy, but I just feel like some of this stuff needs to be said. I think that you have a lot of these people that jump into the car game wanting the fame because I say all the time, like they couldn't make it in the NFL or they couldn't be a rapper or NBA. So they jumping in here thinking, oh, I'm a, like you said, pop my shit. I'm gonna be somebody big. But then what it is, like, they'll pull up to the shop and again, I ain't got no budget. I want my car to look like this. But then when you tell them, oh, it's gonna be 20,000. When I posted on my Instagram the prices, did you see that? When I posted
I
what
did.
we charge for paint, which is still low, oh, they drug me through the mud. I mean, they talk bad about me,
Really?
and that ain't nothing. You go to these other, I put okay. So just I don't know who's listening right now, but I posted we start at 17.5, right?
Right.
Start at, which means it could be more. But you have these other shops that start at 60, 80. You see what I'm saying?
You
So
started 17.5 for paint?
that was before. Yeah.
Oh.
But when I posted that, oh, they drug me through the mud.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it a problem when I'm starting at 17.5, but these other shops are starting at 30, 40, 50,
Right.
60, and they don't have the problems that I have?
Right.
So what I'm saying is when you have certain people pull up to the shop saying there's no budget and you tell them a price and then they feel like, okay, yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and get this rolling. And then all of a sudden they get into it and they realize they ain't got the 17.5
Right.
plus. You see what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden it's an issue. It's like, okay, I need you to send me some money so we can go to the next stage. And the money don't come. So guess what? You get pushed. You got to get pushed to the side. I got to bring something else in to pay the bills because the bills don't stop.
Right.
Your car is not the only car in the shop, and
Right.
that's what some people think. They think when they drop their car off, that their car is going to get touched all day long. Now, if you come in and just drop 100, yeah, maybe so, but that's not the case. You got to prioritize, and I'm just like anybody else. I got a family to feed. I got bills,
Right.
so it's just one of those situations where like to fix that. Back to what the question was, I think the masses need to be educated on what really goes into this because I feel like a lot of people don't know. Again, they just jump in it thinking, oh, I'm gonna get some notoriety. I'm gonna get 20,000 followers on Instagram. They're gonna see me, rah, rah, rah. But it ain't for little
You know
boys,
what I
little
say?
girls.
Them same people that been lame since daycare. They was lame in elementary. They was lame in middle school, high school. If they went to college, they was lame. Nobody never really know them in their city until they got a car.
And that's not
Now
my
they
fault.
posting on social media, and now they all of a sudden popping. They've been around. If you let them tell it, they've been doing this for years.
Yep.
Boy, didn't nobody
Yep.
know you.
Yep.
Didn't nobody know you till you got that little car, boy.
Exactly. So, and it's like, it's not any disrespect to anybody by any means, but it's just, I don't think that people, at least on my end, and I'm sure every shop, regardless of what you do, it's the same thing. People
Right.
do not have an idea of what goes into this.
Right.
They have no clue. I had a guy call me a couple months ago. He got mad at me because he asked me my price. He said, how much you charge for candy? So I told him, right? He said, what? That's crazy. He said, I can get that done for 5,000 in Houston. I said, well, you asked me my price. You didn't ask me the price in Houston. You asked me what I charge. So he told me, he said, you need to come down on your price. I said, no, I don't. I said, in fact, I think I need to be charging more. I said, if you want to come here, just spend more money. If not, go to Houston. What else can I tell you?
Right.
Don't be mad at me because you asked me my price. You don't pull up to Burger King and order a burger and say, oh, that's too much for the meal. Right. McDonald's got them for $2.99. You don't do that. So don't do that to me. Exactly. Yeah. Either you can do it or you can't. So
yeah.
that's go ahead.
I've seen that a lot since I've been selling G body parts since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, it was cool, and then we reached the PPP era. Yeah. So everybody was balling.
Yeah. I
couldn't keep parts.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now they done ran out of that little money, and now they want casual with
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
about my price. But the only thing that I do is I nip it at the bud.
Mm-hmm.
If they try to start negotiating, I just tell them my price is my
Yeah,
price.
my price is my price. You
You're
gotta
welcome to
respect it.
go somewhere else. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
got to respect that. Don't try to argue with me. Don't try to tell me what I should be charging. And, it's just like, I know I've been doing this for a long time. I know what goes into this. We can easily have 200 plus hours into a car.
right.
So, telling me to do something for $5,000, I'm working for less than minimum
Right.
wage. I might be 2-3 grand just the material. So you coming in here telling me to work for less than minimum wage
Right.
because you feel like I owe that to you? I don't owe you nothing until you pay me. Once
Yeah.
you pay me and we're doing work together, then I owe you.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, no, you can't tell me what I need to be charging.
Do you think it's a situation where maybe you guys need to? Is it a way y'all can get? I don't know. Get most of the money up front. Like it's gotta be some type of solution to this.
I told you what I feel like is a solution, and that's just
Right.
education. That simple as that. People need to really see and understand what goes into this. Like if I didn't know, granted I do know, but if I didn't know about getting my car painted or anything, I don't know about plumbing. But if I wanted to go get some plumbing done on the house, I'm gonna do some research first.
Right.
I'm gonna go see, but that's just me. I can't expect everybody to be like me. But I'm gonna go see, okay, well, what does this cost? Well, how long does this usually take? So I have an expectation or some kind of idea of what I'm getting myself into before I let somebody do the work,
Right.
because one, I don't want to get cheated, but two, I don't want to get myself in a situation where somebody can't handle the work and I'm overpaying, you know.
Right.
So again, I think it all just comes down to education and people getting to understand and trying to be fair on both ends. It's like I'm not trying to get over on anybody or take advantage of anybody, but I also don't want to be taken advantage of. So,
Absolutely.
again, it's levels: Pee Wee, high school, college, NFL.
Right.
I feel like where our shop is right now, we're high school. My prices are high school prices.
Right.
You want to go to some of these other shops? Anybody that's on here that wants to know, I'll send you a list of some of these other ones, and you can get a quote from there, and then come tell me that I'm charging too much.
Listen, let me just tell you, so I'm working on my car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I never really knew until I worked at a reputable shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
All that it took to go into it. Every time we thought we got all the rust out,
Mm-hmm.
we found some more.
Mm-hmm.
And every time they told me something else we needed to do, that noise that your cash out make when you get money?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it sounded like to me every time they
Yeah.
found more rust in my
Yeah.
car. So I have a real respect and appreciation for you guys that do paint and body work. Now my car is immaculate. Ain't no rust. I say it's a 2086. It's a 1986, but it's in the 20s now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now there's not one bit of rust there
Uh-huh.
in the body of the car, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But before that, I had no idea, like you say, what went into it.
Goes into it.
So I can understand, and then not to mention the parts. Parts ain't cheap no more.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to be able to buy a whole parts car for less than $2,000, right? A
Mm-hmm.
whole parts car, a whole G body. Good luck finding that now for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Exactly.
And God forbid you working on a dunk.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
So yeah, I can understand that. Um, how do you handle work life balance?
Work is life. I ain't gonna lie to you. Work is life. Is man. There were times before where I'd be like 45 days straight, and my wife would be like, "Take a day off," you know,
Right.
and it's hard, but it's like, man, people. I just keep coming back to that. Like, man, I try to take a day off and Instagram be going, phone be ringing. It's like they just expect you to just sit around the shop working on their car all day. I got a life too, you
Right.
know. So it's hard, especially being a small business and just starting. But I got to the point now where I'm just like, we closing the door for the day or two for the weekend, because I have to have that me time.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you
it's
don't take the weekends off? You gotta take at least Sunday off, bro, for real. Like,
lately we have been lately.
okay.
Yeah. So that's why I say it's just hard. Because I mean, it all falls on us. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife. When I say us, me and my wife. So
You and your wife are the only two employees?
at one point we were, but
Okay.
now we got two other guys. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, at one point hey, it gets hard.
Yeah.
Like I said, not knowing, but it's not it's not like a job. I don't clock in, clock out, and then when I go home, that's it. I try to keep it like that, but realistically, sometimes it's not. Like a lot of our customers, they're from out of town, so sometimes the scheduling stuff for them to drop off and pick up, and they may be coming from California or Oregon or something like that. So the times may be, I'm gonna be here Tuesday at 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? So I try to be considerate on that end. I don't mind going above and beyond to help people out as long as it's reciprocated.
Do you ever regret your decision to open your own shop?
No, I don't. It's the best thing I ever did.
Mm-hmm.
I, I enjoy what I do. So, to be able to do it every day and enjoy it, is like I said, it's a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I'm just like, man, I don't feel like doing nothing. But it's not being on somebody's time, not clocking in, not I can't say not answering to anybody because I answer to the customers, but it's not somebody breathing over my neck, micromanaging me. So I don't regret it at all. So I sound grumpy, but I'm happy. I'm truly happy, you know. So
What's next for you?
that's what I've been trying to figure out. I really have. I felt like it's growing pains. You know what I mean? Kind of trying to figure out where to steer the business next. Trying to figure out what's working for us. I think I need to kind of get more on the media side and social media because I feel like we're missing a lot of stuff there. As far as like YouTube, like we're not on YouTube at all. I try my best to get a YouTube going, but it's just like, man, I get in here and just start working, and my mind doesn't think camera.
Right.
I don't think about setting the camera up and doing that. But I think just that's where we're at right now, just trying to figure out what's next. I got a few cars that are coming that I know are SEMA worthy.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and for me, it's not get them to SEMA just to be able to say I went to SEMA. It's get them to SEMA to be able to start getting some of those sponsorships, start getting some of them checks.
Right.
That's what I'm after. It's not about I had something in SEMA. That's not what I'm chasing.
Right, but you also said you just got approved to go to Barrett Jackson.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
a lot of shops can't say that.
I know,
So
I know.
you trying to get SEMA. You got like now you talked about it. What was the steps you said? What was it? Pee Wee? Tell me the steps again.
Pee Wee football, high school, college, and NFL.
Okay. So Barrett Jackson and SEMA, that's right up there
Yeah,
in NFL.
yeah, I know. I get it. And it's for me. So my my deal is I started painting when I was young. I'm old now, but I started when I was
You
young. Uh,
ain't even that old.
better ask around.
How old
I'm
are you?
41,
Oh, you just a
so
baby. That's so sweet.
not a baby. So something I realized a long time ago, and I could be wrong. I could be
Right.
wrong, but when it kind of not speaking specifically about paint, when it comes to paint, I don't think there's anybody that's on that level to where they're sponsored by these big brands, like House of Color. I don't think there's any black painters that are sponsored by House of Color. Sada or Sada, the paint gun manufacturer, Iwata. I don't think there's any black painters that are sponsored by them.
Right.
So that's kind of a goal for me to be one of the first, if not the first.
Right.
But it's also weeding through the BS and trying to figure out how to do that.
Right.
So part of that is hard. And again, this is just the truth. People don't like it, but it's the truth. It's hard to catch the attention of certain people when you're working on certain types of cars. Because
Right.
the people that own, again, we're just gonna say House of Color. They ain't worried about a colorless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just the truth of it. They want to see certain cars, and if they don't see those, then it's kind of just like the interest ain't there. You know what I'm saying, right? Again,
Yeah.
Barrett Jackson.
Right.
So um, that's kind of where I'm at, like trying to figure out how do I get to that next level on that main stage, and not just for myself. I mean, for all of us, it's got to be somebody to start that trend. So
You know what's funny? What's kind of ironic that you said that. I was talking to somebody who is helping me work on my brand, right?
yeah,
The other day, they asked me what my goal was,
uh-huh.
and I told a person, I said I would like to be on
I got you.
like a
The choice.
yeah, I see him.
Yeah, go
I would
ahead.
like to be on like a supercar blondie
Exactly. Yeah,
level
exactly.
as a African American female, because I don't feel like they have those.
No,
You know what I'm
that's what I'm
saying?
saying.
And I kind of
I
literally
don't know, but it's like you can only see so much. So
right,
again, like I said, I don't know, but just what you said, I don't think they do.
right.
I totally get what you're saying.
And I've literally been putting in work for 5 years doing this, doing different things in the car world.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times I get what you're saying. I don't feel like, first, we have the complexion for a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You get what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, you get looked over quick.
Right. Not to mention being in the urban car culture. I say this, and this is an unpopular opinion,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if a sponsor looks on these lives or looks at what we got going on a lot of times, all they see is BS.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll look over the people who are actually doing positive things
Yeah.
and actually doing things to get noticed and want to not, like, I don't want to have to spend my money to go travel and do nothing I do.
Right.
I don't want to have to buy my own tires. I don't want to have to
Mm-hmm.
buy my own flights. I don't want to have to do any of those things.
Yeah.
And getting them to pay attention to, it's like the one bad apple theory, right?
Oh yeah.
So if we got a whole bunch of apples in a barrel and it's one bad one, that one bad one is making all of the other ones look bad to the people that's looking from the top down, if that makes sense.
You know how many times I've been told black people can't paint? Like for real, just straight up. You black people don't know how to paint. I'm telling you. So that's why I say it's hard to get to that next level when you already start. I'm not starting at the bottom. I'm starting below ground. You see what I'm saying? So they already have this stigma, this mindset that we are beneath, and a lot of us are doing that to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And again, like you said, one bad apple is like I shouldn't even been asked that. I shouldn't even been. That statement should have never been made, and it's been made to me multiple times.
And they was comfortable saying it.
Oh yeah, yeah, and one of them was black.
Hmm. Listen, and to be honest, when it comes to me, when it comes to my brand and things that I'm trying to do, I hate the fact that positivity does not resonate.
Yeah.
If I was on here being negative and doing all type of stuff, I'd have been probably noticed by a lot more people. But I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I have to run my race and I have to stay positive and do what I do.
Yeah.
And that's the same for you. Like, I understand you don't like talking to people, and you got to let the work speak for itself.
Uh-huh.
But at some point, we're going to have to figure out how to how to rise above all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? To be able to be noticed by those people.
Yeah, I think that's everybody coming together for the greater good. Like, so one of the things that irritated me a couple of years ago, you've been to SEMA, right? Because I want to say I saw you at SEMA. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So went to SEMA, and then Ross started doing his show, and everybody's like, "It's the Black SEMA." No, it ain't. To me, it's not. I don't know if you feel like that, but that is not the Black SEMA. That is a black car show. It is not the same. The whole reasoning for the show is not the same. The presentation. I ain't even been to the Ross show. I don't want to talk about that because I long story Long story. Let's just say I wasted my money, went to Atlanta, didn't get in. But it is not the black SEMA.
Right.
So SEMA, anybody that truly knows, is basically for products.
Yeah.
It's to display the new products, what's coming out, so that people in the industry can look forward, right?
Right.
The Ross show is, in my opinion, a pissing contest. That's what it is. Let me show you what I did better than you. That's
Right.
cool, but what is it doing for the culture? Are people bringing brands out there? Um, the big brands, and I can say no. When I say people, I'm saying people of color, right?
Right.
Are they bringing the big brands out there to show what products are coming out next, what they're working on, what they're offering, for example, for a G Body or a Camaro? No, they're not, because guess what? We don't own those brands. We don't own them. You get what I'm saying? We don't own QA1. We don't own that. We don't own Forgiato. We don't own what's the other one? Corleone. Well, but you get my point. So what I'm saying is, how can that be the black SEMA when there's not the product placement there and the brands to further the culture, so to speak? Because we don't own nothing. We we don't own anything. We need to come together and actually try to figure out a way to start doing stuff like this. Like some of those guys do have what's his name? The one that does the dash is it RK or something like that? I don't know if he's black or white. But some of these guys are starting to do stuff where they're doing like the billet badges, the custom dashes, the custom lights. You know, if it's just an event where that's what's being brought out there and you're displaying your products, that's totally different than a car show. A car show is not SEMA.
Right.
And I think somebody needs to put something like that together.
That'd be interesting for more so for people of color.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what was said. It's the black SEMA.
No. I'm asking. You're saying somebody needs to put.
Yeah,
Put
for
that
people of color.
Okay.
And I only say that because I don't want to sit here and be like I'm this pro black Malcolm X, But what I'm saying is, don't sit there and say this is the black SEMA when it's not. If y'all want a black SEMA, make a black SEMA, and that doesn't exist yet.
Right. I'm gonna say this. Unpopular opinion. I don't know if we'll ever be able to have one of those, because for one thing, we don't even be coming together.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That is my point. We can't see the bigger picture. Like, y'all got to get out this box. And again, a lot of people ain't gonna like what I say, but I don't care. My wife, again, she tell me, you can't talk like that. No, it needs to be said. That's the problem. Nobody's saying it. We got to come together. We got to do better. You can ask almost any painter in this city that I've got their number to, especially if they're black, the choice. I call them and I tell them, bro, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. Raise your prices. I tell them, raise your prices. Your work is worth more than that. You got to do better. Don't stop, because until we come together and we push each other to do better, we're going to be in the same situation we're in. But it's getting them people to understand, like, man, we could go so much further. And it's not just in cars. It's just in life in general. Like, if we band together, we could go so much further than where we are right now. But it's just getting people to sit down and understand that. Some of these guys are truly talented, but I feel like they get so caught up in the hype of, I got to be the man. I got to be the man, that they can't either help bring up and educate others or just listen and try to learn from others. And until we can do that, like, how far are we really going to go?
It's the crabs in a barrel mentality. And it's a book. I read this book. A lot of people that I know, that, like Murph used to say, that been to college, read this book. It's called The Willie Lynch Letters. I don't know if you ever read it, but it really explains why a lot of our mentality and a lot of our thinking is that way.
Yeah.
And I don't subscribe to that theory.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to help anybody I can, especially my people.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do what I can, but also I know a lot of people are not that way.
Yeah, but you just having this platform and getting people like myself on, that's helping.
Right.
You know what I mean? Again, I'm saying a lot of stuff like we got deep conversation. There's a lot of stuff that people probably didn't want to hear, but again, my opinion is it needed to be said. You know, so I feel like there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of talent in the industry. Um, we just need to come together and take it to another level. You know.
Why do you think it's so hard for us to come together?
You really want that? I think that goes back to a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were working in the field, some people were working in the house, and we just got pitted against each other.
Right.
You know, it's just I guess that's kind of the same way people think now. A lot of I don't, you know, I can't say everybody because everybody's not like that, but I feel like a lot of these people have the mentality, like I said, I have to be on top. Look at me, look at me, look at me. And
Mm-hmm.
again, like I told you earlier, like I just stay out the way, out the drama. You know, if somebody has a question, they know they can call me and ask me. I'm gonna help. You know, I don't. I think for me at least, it's like I'm comfortable where I'm at and what I do. I'm speaking on the work, right? I mean, really in life in general, but in what I do, I'm so comfortable with the work. Like if somebody wants to know how did you do that, I don't mind helping and telling you because what's it gonna hurt me?
Mm-hmm.
I can't get all the work. I can. There's hundreds of thousands of people that need cars painted. You think I can do every one of them? No.
Right.
So why not just pass the work to somebody else or pass the education to somebody else? It don't hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, some of us are just like that. Just I guess that's the upbringing. I couldn't tell you because I'm not that person.
Right. You know, I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, so I moved to Atlanta to help my brother with his restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so many people know me here in the city. I was telling my brother the other day, what's funny is you really get I've really gotten to see what people really support me and what people say they support me, right?
Uh-huh.
It should never be a day, and let's just be clear when I say this. It should never be a day I shouldn't see somebody coming through that restaurant to at least grab a drink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right in the city, probably stay right around the corner.
Yeah.
But won't support for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you know, and these are people like, let's just be clear. When I see them, I speak. I don't act funny. I know you right here in the city, but you ain't never not once been to my family's restaurant.
Yeah.
But I'm not that person. If I know anybody got anything going on and I'm available to go, I'm going.
Uh-huh.
I support so many people that nobody ever knows about. I just wonder when we'll realize it's an old African saying that says, "Many hands make light work,"
Mm-hmm.
right? Why is it so hard for us to just get together? We just really, everybody else gets together except us.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
It does. It does. I told you, you asked me earlier kind of where I want to go, and I said to get to the point where maybe I'm sponsored by House of Color or something like that, right? It doesn't specifically have to be them.
Right.
But again, I also said that I feel like it's got to take somebody to break out and be the first. I may not be the first, but one of the first, you know. Right. Maybe I'm number 3, whatever. But again, for me, it's once somebody makes it on the roof, I can throw the rope down. But they don't see that. You
right.
See what I'm saying? So why can't we come together? I don't know, but it's just like when I'm posting stuff online, if you truly support me, repost it. I don't ask for it, but I shouldn't have to ask for it. Now there's certain people that will repost for me, at least like it. You know, like I just showed you the choice. That's my dude. Like he's always
I
been
like him.
100.
I got a picture by his car years
I
ago.
can't stand him. I can't stand him, but that's a good dude. You know, he's always supporting me, always has, and vice versa. You know, and that's how it's supposed to be. But it's just like, man, there's times where I get frustrated and I call him like, bro, I'm about ready to just give it up. And he's just like, no, keep going, keep going. And, you know, that's why I say, like, whenever I get to that next level, come on, I got you. Let's get up here.
Right.
You know, but until I can't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. It's just like anything. People think that y'all think that Elon Musk is doing all the work and building all these Tesla trucks by himself. No, no, he's not. He's got the support of others.
Right.
You know, so until we can come together and really support each other, it's gonna be hard for anybody, not just myself, but anybody to get to that top tier level. You know, I feel like I said a couple years ago to one of the guys that works with me, I was like, man, they be exploiting and extorting us like crazy. These dudes got these donks and putting all this money into them, and guess what they do? They go, y'all don't want to hear it, but y'all need to go to just like I said, QA1, and here's my money, take my money, take my money. Why don't y'all band together and make y'all own suspension company? I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Whew. Listen, let me tell you something. I told Head that's 95th Street Press,
Mm-hmm.
right? Remember when Head was talking about dating? He made. I don't care who feel what way, but Head made a lot of them boys put datings on their car because he was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I said, Head, why don't you reach out to Dayton and tell them, hey, listen, give me a code for these people to put in, so when they buy the day, I mean, I know if Dayton's cost 20,000, I know y'all ain't giving me 10. I know y'all ain't giving me a lot. Okay, give me a code to get to these people, and they put my code in, and I get $1,000.
Yeah.
Or I get 2,000. I get $1,500. I told him that. I said, why would you keep yelling and screaming them people's name, and they could give zero about you?
Yep.
I said, reach out to them, have somebody to put together a sponsorship package or something where they put this code 95th Street or something in, and you automatically get you. So now you got some residual income coming in from all these people spending all this money.
Yeah.
And it never got done. And listen, I'm not judging nobody. All I can say is anything that I do going forward, it needs to be making some sense.
Yeah.
I'm not finna. We all know I got 4Gs on the Camaro, but guess what? Whatever going to Monte Carlo, I'm trying to get sponsored.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. And when I say sponsor, I ain't talking about no discount. I need them folks to call me up and be like, here, KP.
Yeah.
Hey, go to these rims. And you rep. I'm not talking. I don't want no discount. I don't want 10% off. I don't want 20. I don't want 50. I want all the money. I want the rims for free. Cause guess what? They not doing that to none of us.
If anybody that has a platform, and that's why I say for me, that's kind of where when you ask me again what I'm trying to do next, that's kind of where I'm at, because I feel like we got these platforms, we got the followers, and people are watching. We're over here advertising for y'all for free. Right. You know, y'all are making all the money off of us.
Right.
So that's just one of them deals. Like, you know, you really gotta. And I know everybody's not in that situation, but some of us are.
Right.
So
that's why I've just been keeping my head down, doing the work, building my brand. Because I want to be able to go show them, hey, listen, last 30 days, I had 1.5 million impressions. So I'm doing my analytics, pulling my reports every month.
Yeah.
So really, when I say that, last 30 days, I'm talking about me personally. I had 1.5 million impressions. That's me.
Yeah.
So now I can go to, first of all, they don't care nothing about me. You know what I'm saying? So I might be able to go to Corleone Forge, or I might be able to go to Armani or one of them other brands and say, hey, here, look. Yeah. This is what I had last 30 days. 1.5 million impressions, 1 million impressions. People are actually watching. And one thing about life, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need. Let me get them rims.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not finna be around here advertising for you, and people. Oh well, no, not me.
Might as well build another theme car.
Cause that's what we was doing back then. Man, let me tell you, them folks was advertising Fruit Loops
I know.
and tricks
But
and
like I say,
Skittles.
if me saying this, I'm wrong for it. That's what I say. It had to be said because maybe they just don't see it, but
Right.
it needed to be said. Or I feel like the things I'm saying and what we're talking about tonight need to be said because there's a lot of missed opportunity and a lot of misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know my frustration. I'm not the only shop that's frustrated. You know. So, but yeah. Just like you said, that's what we were doing, putting M&Ms and Snickers and all that. And these people getting free advertising, you ain't getting nothing off of it.
What you talking about? Too many people smart enough to do that back then.
Mm-hmm.
Go and say, look, I done built a whole M&M car. Let me get. I don't care if you give me free M&Ms for
Right.
for
Yeah, just
lifetime.
something.
I done seen Tricks cars and Fruit Loops and
Yeah.
Skittles. Let me get free Skittles for the rest of my
Right.
life.
Something. Yeah.
Where this is my last question. When you're no longer doing this, what would you like for your legacy to be?
I don't know. Me and my wife get into it about that all the time because I'm like, I got to leave something. And she's like, why? And you know, I I don't know. Just to do good on earth and just know that there's a little bit left of me that I touch the people that I came in contact with in a positive way. That's it.
Right.
As long as everybody's got something positive, not necessarily to say about me, but just like maybe the situations they're in, they're like, oh, he wouldn't approve of that. Like a grandpa almost.
Right.
Like that's it. Just to leave a positive mindset or impression.
That's dope. You sound like my spirit animal. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause I tell people all the time now at this big age, the only thing that I am concerned with is leaving a mark, not a stain.
Yeah.
I want to be remembered for always helping people.
Yeah.
I don't want to at this point I'm really not even living my life for myself.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I said that the other day to my wife. It's just like, we got kids and dogs, but the kids are grown, but I'm living for them and her. What I go through and what I'm dealing with is irrelevant. So I get that.
Right. When people remember certain people, they'll just be like, dang, this person always helped everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They always wanted to see everybody do good, everybody do great. And that's really why I'm here at this point. Even though I can't say, and I know you probably can understand this as well, I can't say we probably always get that from everybody else. Why you made that face?
You don't remember I said I don't like people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
And I got I mean, just what you said. Like, man, if everybody just tried to do right, the world would be such a better place.
Right.
So,
those were all my questions. You got anything else before we get out of here?
oh, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. I know we got into some deep conversation.
Yeah.
I hope it was for the better. I hope that the people sorry about that car. I hope that the people on the live, maybe we open eyes a little bit or minds. And I just want to see the industry and the culture progress for the positive. But really appreciate you getting me on.
It was light. I thought I was gonna have to, come grab you and make you get on here.
Nah, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
One thing I can say, and I'm gonna say this too. I didn't say this, but I do believe in giving people their flowers while they're here to smell them. Look at you. I got a picture by his car years ago. I'm gonna post that picture tomorrow. He had that red. What was it? Red? Yeah, it was red. It was a red. I'm gonna post it tomorrow. But really, really went back and looked at your
Mm-hmm.
work, and that truck wasn't the only thing that stood out.
Mm-hmm.
That truck was amazing. Now, first of all, I wish I could have seen it in person.
Yeah.
But you do some awesome work.
I appreciate it. It's not just me.
Okay.
I know you know that, but I always like to give credit to everybody that's here working with me.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do it without them. So we do some awesome work. They do some all right work. Cause I don't want to say that, cause then they gonna start slacking. No, y'all do all right.
Well, you the face, so I
really,
gotta speak on.
I try not to be. I try not. I started to wear a ski mask on here so I wouldn't be seen.
Oh,
But they told me I couldn't do that.
Is that a Texas thing? A lot of y'all want to do that.
No, I just don't like people. I told you I don't like people. So, you know, it's like people come up to, you know, I don't know how to put this. I don't want to just be out somewhere. I never want that celebrity status.
Bro, you are in a people business. How you on?
No. I'm not. No, I'm not. I just do what I enjoy doing. I have to deal with the people. Just like when you work, you gotta pay taxes. You're not in the tax business. You just work. You know what I'm saying? It's just a repercussion of what.
No, you in a people business.
Nah, I'm not.
We're gonna agree to disagree on that.
I guess so.
That's all you got. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, just shout out to everybody that's rocking with us, and I appreciate you and everybody that took the time out to watch.
Yes, sir. So, thank you for sitting down with us. This is not the last time you're gonna be on the show. I'm definitely gonna circle back at another time. I might just pull up on you, but you told me you don't do pop up, so I gotta call and get the okay.
Please.
Okay.
But you always gotta okay. But
okay.
Just, you know.
I'll call the choice. So I'm gonna call him.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
Too. Bye.
So, guys, if y'all missed any of tonight's episode of Rising Vibes, click the link in my bio to view the full episode. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you can also do that by clicking the link in my bio. This has now been 5 years of Rising Vibes. It's been a great ride. I'm not sure how much longer we'll be going, but I can say this. It's been one heck of a ride. Thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's episode of Rising Vibes, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode.